All right, guys. Here we are trucking along. So I've this has been a great day. I mean, a great day. I've had so much fun, and I'm I was smoking a big pork loin while I was doing this, and a couple of little side jobs I'm doing, and just kind of keep coming back to this. This is how far I've gotten. Um, Pretty easy, straightforward. Uh, So basically, um, drained the coolant, disconnected or removed the thermostat housing and the thermostat. Of course, before I did all that, I made sure cylinder one was at top dead center, um, and it was at um, the rotor is lined up to cylinder one. I pulled it, so it's all in timed already. I just gotta insert the um, distributor. She'll fire it right up. So I got it all cleaned up. I'm gonna go over it one more time. But really right now it's pretty much ready, but I just wanna really make sure I do a good job. And there's MacMan, Michael Hurtnick. Hey MacMan, how's it looking? Is this looking okay, brother? Would you sell me a tool? Is this good enough that you would rely on me, brother? So basically, the order that I did this project, the first thing I did was I got it times to number one. My number one cylinder, top dead center, uh, rotor pointing at position one on the distributor. And once I did that, I began draining the radiator. Well, I began removing all the linkage, the carburetor, all the emission stuff, and then I very carefully marked all my wires, and then I removed my wires from the distributor cap, pulled the distributor, and then I pulled the valve covers, and then I pulled the intake, and then I cleaned it. The most important step in this job is right here. This is it. Everything in the way of removing is pretty easy, but right here is the most important part. Because if you don't get this cleaned up and you don't do a good job, it's not going to seal, and you're going to do the whole job over. So I've actually went over this three times after I cleaned it. And then what I did is, hey, DW37, good to see you, brother. What I did is my vacuum nozzle fits perfectly in each piston port. And so I vacuumed each one of those out three times in a row. I also ran my extended magnets down there, just making sure, nothing went down there. And of course, I had shop towels laid out so I would catch anything. And the big thing at this point is just take your time. This isn't where you want to rush. You want to be very thorough, kind of like think of it like a dentist cleaning your teeth. You just got a lot more real estate, so just take your time. If you spend a couple hours on this while you're drinking coffee or soda pop or something, get some sun, get her cleaned up, do a good job. Because the time you put into this, that's going to ensure that you're going to have a good seal and you're not going to be yanking everything back apart. You want to make sure you got all these ports cleaned out. Like I say, my vacuum nozzle literally slides way down there. And so I stick it in there. I'd stick the vacuum nozzle in each port and let it go for like 1 minute. And I'd move it to the next port, right? And then I'd clean them again. And then I do that with the vacuum again. And I did that three times. And of course, each time I run a magnet down them, just, making sure you can't be too thorough at this point. So now over here is this is the This is the aftermarket 2-barrel. I put it on, and I was not satisfied with it. So that's when I ordered the Edlebrock. Here's the valve covers. You got to be careful with these. They're coming out of China, and some places that rebuild them I got it online, and it's just sad to say it's just junk. That's all it is. So this is the EGR port. Okay. This is the intake, the beast. And this is all. I have the original carburetors of this truck. And no, I'm sorry, I don't. Okay, here's the story. When I bought it from the guy, it wasn't running good. He put a new carburetor on, and it was an aftermarket like this. He had the same problem. That's why when I put this on and I didn't like how it ran, I was like, that's it. I'm not going to mess with it. Just stick an Edlebrock on, be done with it. So what I have that's original is these two valve covers and the intake. And then I'm going to also have the rear gas tank, the rear spare tire mount, and the original radiator. I'm going to actually put it all up for sale, probably, I don't know, Craigslist or Z Idaho or one of those places, because there might be someone that's wanting to restore an old truck like this with OEM equipment, and this is good stuff. I'm just gonna high zoot it out. It's gonna be high zoot. Here we are, and here's a bunch of brass, and oh, look at all the brass. Oh, brass is up there. Brass is beautiful. Here we go. There's all the intake bolts and the valve cover bolts, and there's all the plastic wire looms, and there's this distributor. Here's the spark plug. The spark plug, actually, they need to be changed. Let me see if I get where you can see this. They need to be changed, but they don't really look bad. They don't look bad. That you just do for spark plugs. And towards the end of its, the previous owner, towards the end, they're just sat a lot, and he'd drive it sometimes and park it. So they're just due for new plugs. And I'm going to definitely do a new cap and rotor. And what I did is I marked my cap on the top and on the sides. And when I put the new one on, I'll do the same thing. You always want to have a means of knowing your firing order so you could figure it out on the side of the road if you had to. That's how I've always done my trucks. My last Highboy, I tuned it up when I didn't do that, but I always remembered that firing order, and now I don't remember it. It's been gone a while. Anyway, so we're ready for all this, and the next thing I'll be ready for is the big old intake there, and we'll be trucking along. So, well, I decided to update you guys. I got 10 on. That's probably boring, but for those who are interested, I thought I would share it, and I know Bobby Barlow would like to see it. And there's the tack. I'll be putting that tack on. And yeah. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to do a roll call here. Who do we got? Who's here? MacMan 39 reloading. It's good to see you, brother. Michael Hurtnick. D-Dub 37. Uncle Milty. You know what I need, MacMan? I'm really disappointed today. I need to really step up and get a decent ratchet. I really do. This Husky, it's okay. It's okay. This older Craftsman's not too shabby. I just need something with a little more oomph on it. This old Craftsman, man, this whole thing, that's pretty cool. I've used it. It works really good. Really good. There's nothing wrong with it. The reason I don't use it more is if I break it, you can't replace it. So, and I got this Icon. It's cheap, but I don't know why I got it. It's cheap is cheap. There you go. Okay, guys. So, all right, we're gonna keep trucking, and I'm not sure if I'll live stream today, but I bet you I'll live stream a little bit tomorrow. I might live stream later. We'll see how this goes as I step through this. Guys and gals, That's the end of this live stream. God bless. We'll see you on the next.